Good morning. Happy Monday. This is Monday, August 30th. I am Jurgen Robinson.
And it's your boy, Steve.
And this is Talent Talk. On Mondays, what we do on Talent Talk is we try to give you a little information, and we always like to have an affiliate or somebody engaged in real estate or with the community to bring you some information and just get you a little deeper into all the things that are going on. And today, we have a guest with us. What field is our guest in today?
Well, I'm excited because this guest kind of touches on a lot of the fields within our area. She's involved in a lot of the businesses, nonprofits. She does a lot of work here in the area with a lot of companies.
Yeah. And understanding inside of the community. And the community that we're going to be talking about today is going to be Thurston County, and really specifically the business community of Thurston County, which is really the support system of what goes on. And it's not only that, it's the nonprofits. It's all that support area that goes into what builds a community up and makes it strong. So what we're going to be talking about is a chamber of commerce. And if you didn't catch what it is, you'll know very, very soon if you haven't connected the dots quite yet. But prior to that, Jared, who's sitting in the back supporting both Steve and I so incredibly well, you have a trivia question for us, don't you?
Yes, we do. As always, we have a trivia question that leads into our guest. And today's trivia question is, when was Thurston County Chamber of Commerce created? When was the chamber created? It's multiple choice, so make sure you drop your answers in the comment section. Choice A, 1922. Choice B, 1874. Choice C, 1902. Choice D, 1897.
You know, that is such a long time ago. And the way Jared has those answers grouped, that no rhyme or reason. Sometimes you see them climb or such. He's got them mixed up, so he is going to make you work for this answer. It's not going to be easy. Donna, you guess A, and good morning. A, what was A again? C. So on those, the answers were either A was 1922, C was 1902. Your other choices are B, 1874, and D, 1897.
Now, could it have been in the 1800s? I don't know, but we'll find out here at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. What were the 1800s? The 19th century? Yeah, there was. And then the 1900s were the 20th century, and now we're living in the 21st century.
21st century. Oh, my goodness.
All right. Well, now you definitely know, after that trivia question, what our guest is engaged in today. And our guest, her name is Elizabeth Bretschneider. She is the membership and community engagement for the Thurston County Chamber. She's been there for 2.5 years, and she what she looks at the Thurston County Chamber as is really the connector for like health and prosperity in the community for both government, nonprofit, and for the business communities all together to help lift up and support. And she is incredibly good at what she does because you know what? She is a natural connector. So with no further ado, here's Elizabeth. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Elizabeth.
What a fantastic introduction. Thank you so much. That was fun to hear about me.
Well, there's so much more to you than just that, too. I mean, that's what's fun about all of this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is what's fun. So do you want me to start? What am I doing?
Well, hopefully, you actually brought a little bit of a presentation because when it comes down to what you do, we could get through it with a lot of questions, but you actually came really well prepared. So if people don't know what the Thurston County Chamber is or kind of the mission, you brought a little thing to help us out, and then we can kind of go with some questions. Anybody who has questions along the way, put them in the comments. We would love to be able to answer those for you. But you have a little something to help us understand what Thurston County Chamber specifically does, right?
Yeah, I thought I'd give you my elevator pitch. So
Okay.
here you go. This is what you'd hear if you rode on an elevator with me and you looked me in the eyes. We'll never do that.
Starting on the first floor.
First floor to the fifth floor. So the Thurston Chamber has been around for a long time. There's a little bit of a hint to that trivia question. And what we do is we connect the government agencies here locally, the nonprofit here locally, and our business community. We have this amazing resource network where we really can bring those players together and get things done. And your chamber is that hub, that center focus to bring all of those groups together. We do that in lots of different ways. We do that through live networking. We do that through our foundation. And we also do that through events that we have going on. So this, let's see if am I able to?
Yep, I just brought you up for it.
I know, I see that. So, okay. Do they see that little funny restore pages thing in my screen? I'm not sure if I can get rid of that or not. Well,
X marks the spot.
You're not looking at a super tech savvy person. So, but this is great. So we've got your back. When you hire the chamber or sign up as a member, you are employing us as your advocacy for business and for your community, because business means that your employees are happy. It means that your school system is working. It means that your parks and recreation system is working. It means that it's a great place for everybody. When you folks sell a home, you want to be able to tell the people about the community. And we are out there involved in every aspect of that community, either cheerleading or cautioning, so that this can continue to be an amazing place to live. We spend a lot of time with our youth and education network. We connect every month with all of the school districts, and we make sure that they are getting the information from our businesses of what the careers are in the next 5 years. And in order to pass that information along, we videotape different people in career fields that are willing to share their pathways with the youth and also young adults. And we also host job fairs, career fairs, and we host, the job fairs are we bring employees to a location, or employers to a location, and attract talent so that they can interview people on site. Just Friday, we had 10 different local businesses. Their HR people were on site, and you got to walk up to each of those and ask about over 1,000 different jobs that those 10 businesses had to offer. So lots of different ways that we bring people together. I loved it how you used it, connecting. So the other thing we do is we have a lot of events, and anyone can come to our events. The goal is to bring business leaders together, or people that sell to business, or that want to know what is going on in the business world. So we give you opportunities to connect with other businesses. So, and then we have a public policy division, and that is led by Doug Ma and David Schaffert, and they meet with our legislatures, our cities, our county governments, and we take positions for or against things that they're doing. But our real goal is to ask the hard questions and to say, do you realize what this is doing to your business community? So that is really what we do in a nutshell. And I hope there's questions. Otherwise, I can talk about the chamber for a long time. So, but that's my elevator pitch.
That's great. And Steve, since I led, do you have something for first?
You know, I know one of the things I love about the chambers, you guys connect a lot of people together. There's a lot of events that you guys host and do, and those are great opportunities out there. What are some of the more popular events that you guys see, that you guys have and host that just really work? I guess some of the more popular events that people attend.
Well, we think all of our events are popular and that they all work. So throw that one at you. We do monthly events, and then we also do annual events. And so an annual event would be, for example, last month in August, we hosted Brewfest. And Brewfest is at Percival Landing. We partner with Port of Olympia. And this year we had 2,000 people come down to the port where the big tower is. We had live entertainment. The Chehalis tribe cooked salmon. There was the Chelsea Farms with oysters. Bulgogi Hustle did Korean barbecue. And I know it was really good. That's what I had. And we invite people to come in. You get a punch card. You get 6 tastes of local beers and ciders. We had 20 beer vendors and cideries and over 42 different tastes. So it was a great afternoon and evening for people to come in and taste local and see if there's something you really like and meet with people and walk around. And that raises money for our foundation. And our foundation reaches out in the community in ways that when we see a need or when our business leaders bring needs to us, then we have this mechanism that we can go out and support with different action teams. So that's an example of an annual event. And we made $40,000 at that. I just learned last week. So $40,000. And some of that money, I know, it was exciting. Woo, let's do that. And some of that money goes to support our incubator space. And that is where we invite new businesses or struggling businesses into our actual office here. And we offer mentorship for them. They get to use our conference rooms, our printers. They really get that head start into launching their business. And that's one of the things that particular event focuses on fundraising for. So, and then, gosh, Steve, I could talk a long time, so you have to tell me when I'm done. But monthly, we do a morning mixer. So 7:30 in the morning, you can join with 15 to 20 other business people. And we have a business after hours, which is once a month at 5:30. We usually have about 40 to 50 people attend that. Those events always include bites of some sort of different varying degrees, depending on the business that hosts it. And if you come in the morning, you get coffee. If you come in the evening, there's usually alcohol, if that's a draw for you. And then once a month, we have a forum. So this is our way of educating the business community and government leaders and nonprofit organizations. You'll hear that trio over and over again. And we have different topics like Boss of the Year or healthcare, or this last one was the workforce. And we have usually about 150 to 250 people come to those. COVID has been a little bit slow getting people to come back out, but before COVID, we usually had 250 to 300 people come to that lunch event. So great time to bring people together. We do have a military appreciation day once a year. It's called Fufara. And that is a day where we honor usually about 350 active duty service people all the way up from the naval base and down through Joint Base Lewis McChord. Business people anybody can come to that. They buy a ticket, and we have sponsors, and there's beer, and there's potato races, and there's tug of war, or they could just sit by the water and look at the beautiful Puget Sound. So those are two of my favorites of annual events, and then I love our monthly events because we get to connect.
You know, Elizabeth, when you mention about the events, and Steve, you asked a great question about the events. That's part of that mission about being able to connect and to educate a lot of businesses. And, you know, having a strong business community typically means you also have a very connected business community in there as well. But you also mentioned about what I would probably call like advocacy. So where with the businesses, you're not only just informing or providing connection, you're also helping to advocate on behalf of the businesses. So when you think about advocacy, what do you think about with the Thurston County Chamber of Commerce and how you guys advocate for businesses?
Okay, I'm going to take you back to the pandemic. I mean, I know we're still in the pandemic, but I'm going to take you to the beginning of the pandemic where I went home thinking I didn't have a job, because my job is being out in the community, meeting people. And I was told to go home, and I didn't know when I was going to get to do that again. And I cried. And then the chamber called and says, no, here's what we want you to do. And they were very cognizant of my feelings and my, lostness, I guess you could say it. And I started calling businesses. And what we ended up doing was writing grants to bring money into the county. And what they needed was someone to go out and ask the businesses what they needed. And so they gave me a list of questions, a survey, and I spent about a month doing triage. And what happened was we were able to bring over $12 million into the community through an organization we put together called Thurston Strong. Thurston Strong was a coalition with the EDC, with the local city governments, county, and the chamber and a couple of other entities. We supported restaurants, we supported childcare. Those are two specifics. But we brought these grants in, and some of them went individually to businesses, but a lot of them went into training. We really encouraged businesses to go back to school, go to these trainings, learn what you don't know, and really build your business during this time while you might have a little bit of extra time because you're not doing business in a normal manner. And I felt so needed, and I've had so many thankful comments from doing what I thought was, the end of my job. So then they started letting me go out again. And I went individually to businesses, and I did some social media with them. We would take a picture with a Tying the Community Together sign, and we would share them all over the place. And it was our way of saying, hey, businesses are still open. They might be doing things differently, but we're still celebrating our local community. Let's support each other. And we started a resources page. I spent a lot of my time answering questions about where to get resources. And I wasn't necessarily the answer, but I was the director of, here is the hotline, here's the number. Here's someone else that's having the same situation, reach out to them. I'm sure they'd be glad to commiserate with you or get your answers. So it was a really interesting way that we were, so your chamber was in the right place at the right time to bring all of these people together so that we could really make a difference in our state. And Thurston Strong is now being used as an example for organizations and areas all over the state and nationwide of how to really come together and make a difference.
Yeah. Elizabeth, you said, and that's incredible, and definitely was a really needed thing. I mean, there was the chamber being able to step forward and help provide guidance and support was really big during that time. And is always that's a past tense word, but it's not necessarily a was. Like, as we thought we were kind of emerging from COVID times, and then we kind of had a little bit of a step back with the variants. What is the focus right now for the chamber? Like, is it still focused in on helping with COVID? What is currently the focus of the chamber?
Yeah, no, we're very much shifting to these job fairs and helping businesses get the employees back that they need. So that's a huge, and we'll meet with a business individually. We have business navigators, and you can call them and say, I just need advice on my business, maybe my business model, or how much I'm paying my employees. And these business navigators can, over the phone, sit down with them and go through some questions and then see if there's some resources or some guidance that we can offer them from our end. And then these job fairs, we're going to continue to do them. We're also doing a construction cohort. So about 6 months ago, we brought 15 people together at the Lacey Makerspace, and they got to learn and get certified in OSHA, they got certified in forklift, and they got certified in all the skills that a contractor or construction would want somebody to walk into knowing. They learned how to use all the tools that a construction contractor would hand to them and say, please use this. And so we had 15 people graduate. They all got jobs except for one, and that one person didn't want to get a job, and they told us that at the end, and that's okay too. But they had those skills, and we're starting another one of those, I think, this month or September, and this one will be in Pacific County. And so we recognize that our Thurston County is really the bedrock for these outlying communities, and that a lot of people live in these other counties and work here, or they get their employees from those other counties. And so we put resources into strengthening Mason, Pacific, Grays Harbor, Lewis, and one of the other counties that feed into us from the south and the west. So lots and lots of things are going on. We're always looking for ways that we can meet the needs of our community.
And Steve, definitely hop into when you've got one as well. With the construction, why did you choose, or why did the chamber choose of the different businesses that they might try to help people maybe, it sounds like, transition into construction? Why was it specifically construction? We have our guesses, right? But
well, the reason is that there were some businesses that stepped up and said, we will help you fund this. If you'll meet us here, we'll meet you there. And so we knew that we had the support for this group that we were going to put together. Some of them sent teachers, some of them, they really said, this is exactly what we need a person to know coming in. And so they were very involved in that. So it wasn't just our out of the blue idea. Yeah. It was a collaborative effort. And that's what's happening in, I think it's Mason or Pacific County right now, is that there are local businesses that say, this is what we need, and we're partnering with them to bring what they need.
That's really fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how the businesses together with the chamber can really work to bring about some change or progress.
Yeah.
Awesome. Steve?
Yeah, no, I'm just sitting back and just listening. I mean, it's amazing. Just what the chamber does by helping people improve and build and just grow. It's awesome, because I don't think a lot of people know about it. Right. And I think that's one of the big things, is getting it out there and just having you on here, being able to explain a lot of that stuff and get out there, put that information out there is great.
Yeah.
So.
And you also mentioned about the navigators and being able to, it's a service to help answer questions or to be a resource. Maybe you don't have the answers, but being able to direct people in the right way. Mm-hmm. Is that specifically just for chamber members, or are people who are, anybody that's in business can kind of call in, get the direction, and you're leading with value?
Yeah, so anybody can use our services. We hope that they will find value in what we offer and will turn around and support us with their membership. So, it's lead with value. That sounds great.
That's awesome. If somebody wanted to, I don't think we've got that up there, and there are businesses that probably are trying to navigate that, even, again, with the reemergence of the variant. If somebody wanted to reach out specifically about the navigators and to ask some of those questions because they're struggling with it or trying to work their way around it, how would they reach out? Is it a phone number or? Yeah,
so the chamber's phone, you just call the chamber and say, hey, I heard about business navigators. Can you connect me with one of them? And their names are Micah and Zach. They're really nice guys. They sit right behind me. Micah and Zach are our business navigators. If they can't help you, they'll send you to someone else. We have a few other people that do different things. So.
That's phenomenal. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, you got one? Because I can just pitching you questions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the phone number to get a hold of you, Elizabeth, that we could get that posted up?
I don't think I have that memorized.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm looking to see if I have anything with it on it. No, I don't have anything.
We can look that up and direct people to the phone number and to the website as well.
I'm embarrassed, but I hand out a lot of business cards, but it's on there. I'd hate to.
Yeah, the 360-357-3362.
That is it.
Look at that. Jared's he's got it locked down in the back.
He is on top of it.
Hey, don't anybody tell my boss. Our mission is to build and work with the health and prosperity of our community by connecting people, resources, and ideas. You can tell my boss that. No, he's a great. Can I talk about David for a minute?
Yeah,
I'm going to talk about David for a minute.
You do it.
So David Schaffer has been working for the Chamber for 23 years, and he's a wealth of information about our community. But the things that people don't know about him is he sits on boards all over the place, and one of the places he focuses on is our military. So he's on these regional military boards where the focus of those groups are to make sure that people understand the importance of the military to our community and how much both economy and that they bring in and also the talent pool. And so he has supported, we have a full-time employee here, and all she does is finds internships for retiring service people. So a service person can contact us and say, I'm interested in your WorkX program. And she'll interview them and find out what they're interested in, what their skills are. We also have a trainer that goes to the base and will train these retiring service people on how to write a resume that reflects what you did in the service and what you want to do going out. And then they actually do mock interviews with them and teach them how to speak to a civilian employer instead of their sergeant major. So we spend a lot of our efforts trying to keep that talent from the military here in our community and making them feel welcome and included. And I really respect that in David. And then he also takes on the big issues locally with the governments and saying, hey, your ideas are wonderful, but do you know what it's going to do to the 90% of our businesses in our region, which are considered small, and that's about 15 employees or less. And most of those are 5 employees or less. Do you understand the impact that that's going to have on them when you add these fees? And the other thing that we've just taken on recently is, do you know what the impact of the fees to building a house are if you add all of these guidelines and what's the word I'm trying to, not restrictions, mandates.
Impact fees or?
Well, there's the environmental things that they have to do, and also the permitting process. There's just a lot of things that we're very aware of that go into building and growth and housing that he's very aware of and has staff members working on to educate the community.
Yeah. That's such a complicated issue because there's the balance of, environmental, ecological, et cetera. But then there's also the balance of needing to provide housing, having housing availability. How do you do that? And especially if everything is restricted where you can't even get new home starts, it's not an easy answer. And love having you on. I know we're going to press our time here, but love having you on because the Chamber, it might seem auxiliary to what we do, but it's really engaged. If we don't have good businesses in our area, then we really don't have businesses to support people living here, which it would greatly impact the real estate community. So having good, strong businesses that are informed, that are working together to create a great community, we definitely need that. And then I was thinking about, with the Chamber, you can join and be you can be a sponge. You can just show up and just engage in just more of a social level and not necessarily step forward. But the Chamber also provides a lot of opportunities to participate, right? There are ambassadors, there are different committees, et cetera. If somebody was interested in getting involved in the Chamber, could you just talk a little bit about some of the ways that people can actually engage and make impact with the Chamber?
Yeah. We have 1,300 members locally of our chamber, and a lot of them support us through membership and cheerleading and say, we appreciate what you're doing. We can't do what you're doing. Please continue to do it. And then there are those that really want to be engaged, and that's wonderful. And they can do that by being an ambassador, which means you have a 2-event commitment per month that you show up to, and you help set up, take down, take tickets, greet people, be friendly. And then we always are willing to have people attend things. That's your biggest participation level. And you can call me and I can connect you with our foundation and those different action teams that are working on all sorts of different community issues. So if there's something you're interested in, you can call me and I can connect you with other people in the community that are interested in that issue.
Yeah, because you are not only a member of the chamber or a advocate for the chamber with what you do, but prior to what you did, you were a member and participated and really had the, like, what was that like as not actually being with the chamber as an employee, but how did you feel about the chamber as you were a member of the chamber?
Oh, sure. Yeah. My job for 4 years before coming to the chamber, I was the liaison for the business I worked for. I worked for Minuteman Press on the West Side. And I went to the luncheons and I went to some of the business after hours. And it was a great place for me to let other people in our community know that we were here. And so I used it to get bids. I used it to sell, but I also used it mostly to create those relationships so that when they needed a service that I was selling, they would turn to me as a respected, trusted community member. And that's what you do. You're building relationships.
Everything we do is about relationships.
It is. And they all come around, and it's important.
That's awesome. You know, Steve, unless you've got anything else, I know we got to the spot where we're just running out of time, but man, just enjoy speaking with you for sure.
Thank
Anything
you.
on your side, Steve?
No, I mean, I'm just soaking it up there's a lot that Elizabeth and Thurston County Chamber does. So thank you. If I ever have any need services or just, I know who to call.
Well, thank you. And we will have that tour someday. And anybody is welcome to call me for a tour once the office opens again. I love to introduce people in our community to all the different things that we do here at the chamber. So that's still available someday.
And
you know, up on it.
Yeah, there's one other thing I absolutely love about the chamber is because you are embedded in the community and you are in tune with what's going on inside of the communities. What you do as a chamber, you provide a huge amount of benefit to the members, and you really look to support them in all those ways. And even with the cohorts, team up and really focus in on what those needs are. But what you do doesn't only support your members. Like you were mentioning with the navigators, it really provides value well outside of there. And you hope, if it's okay to paraphrase, you just hope that value leads to more support and continue to just strengthen what you guys are doing in the community.
Yeah. And we'll keep helping no matter what. We're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, Elizabeth, if you could put Elizabeth's contact information up one more time, or at least the contact info for the chamber. We're looking forward to re-engaging what we're doing with the chamber as well. Steve is going to be right in line with that, and we're just really happy you're out there doing what you do. So thank you.
Yeah, I look forward to engaging with you also.
Oh. All right, Steve, we all set?
We are. Elizabeth, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. We got to have you back in another time, so we'll definitely reach out and do that. But
I would love it. So, yeah, thank you.
All right. And we'll let you go here, but again, absolutely what Steve said. Thank you. Bye. Good stuff.
That's awesome stuff. She does amazing work. Thurston County Chamber does a lot of work. Amazing work.
I always use it to forget what a Chamber of Commerce does, though.
Yeah.
I mean, super easy. When we get busy on the day, we have so many things that are going around inside of our own business and with what we do in real estate. it can just get chaotic or hectic, and we're trying to make sure we're serving as best we can. But we do a much better job because we have other organizations that help and support us. And, inside of Thurston County Chamber is one of those businesses that helps us be better for everybody else too.
Yeah, we're always talking about building the relationships and bringing people together, resources, and Thurston County Chamber is definitely that place to be able to make connections, to help out, to give back, just to really, take advantage of some of the resources that they offer. So,
all right. So, are you ready to find out?
The
trivia answer. When was the Thurston County Chamber of Commerce created? You think this answer is going to surprise? And we had some answers. Some of those answers were what? Oh, I just flipped around where couldn't see there. Okay. And Jared, I think you're starting to put those answers back up. We had Donna with A, 1922. Pat with C. Bruce, 1874. And that was the chamber. That's me just trying to work my way around. Okay. Well, you know the answer, don't you? Or do you remember the answer?
I think I remember the answer, and it was surprising.
It's shocking.
Very surprising.
Yeah. Jared, what is that answer? 1874. Bruce nailed it.
1874. Holy smoke.
Steve, what year did Washington become a state?
That would be 1907.
No, isn't it 1899? It's right on the seal.
Pure guess, by the way. I just threw that out. I have no idea.
Here, while we do that, I'm going to double check I was pretty sure it was 1899. That and it's on the bottom of the flag on the seal. When you look at the seal of Washington State, oops, it's right down there. So
I believe you, Jurgen.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with it because I just want to be right, and even if I'm not, I'm just going to make myself right now. Okay, but I'll verify when I see it. Let's see.
1889.
1889, not 99. Thank you. I knew there was a 9 in there.
Oh, you were close. You're a decade off.
On the bottom. Okay. So the chamber, Thurston County Chamber, has been in existence longer than Washington has been a state.
That sounds like a conversation itself. Like, how's that? But
oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, Steve, before we go, really good engaging conversation. There are a couple things that are coming up. Do you have those with you?
I do. A few things coming up. I don't know if Jarrett has it on the screen, but I know we've got tomorrow, career night, Thursday or Tuesday. We have a career night. So if you're looking to get into real estate, want to know what it takes, get a real estate license, how long it takes, the whole process, go and register for our career night, which is tomorrow at 5:30. You can go to our Facebook webpage or our John L. Scott Talent Group page and register for that class. It's about a half hour to an hour long. The next thing that we have up is our business meeting for our John L. Scott brokers from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We also have some training classes that are coming up for real estate brokers. So if you're interested in attending like a ramp training class to kind of ramp up your business, please reach out to us and we'll get you set up for that class.
The Rising Agent Mastery Program.
Rising Agent Mastery Program. If you're looking to up in your game, you definitely want to jump into this class. And then on this Friday, we have our market update with Jurgen and Davina, where if you want to find out the new listings coming on the market, open houses, get kind of plugged in with what's going on in the local real estate market within Thurston Pierce. This is a great podcast to check out They bring you tons of information. So that brings
one last thing on Friday. Don't you have Forms Friday too?
Yes, we do. And we've got Forms Friday. If you're a real estate broker and want to find out, kind of dive a little bit deeper into the forums, go over some situational scenario stuff, tune in. It's at 9 to 10 a.m. on Friday. And it's open to everyone, all real estate brokers.
Yeah. And there have been a lot of changes in the forum. So understanding what those changes are, how they impact your buyers or sellers so that you can help negotiate in the best way to help serve the needs of your clients. That's what we're here for, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So guess what? We have hit 9 o'clock. We've run out of our time today. Steve, we were running as a duo rather than a trio today. So, best wishes to David. She'll be back next week. We'll be back next Monday with another guest. And we'll always end on 2 words that are declarations to ourselves to do something that helps us grow today to be a little bit better than we were before we said it, or a little bit better than we were yesterday.
Yeah.
Those 2 words were popping on. There they are. Oh, they were popping on the screen there. So we always count it down and we say 1, 2, 3, and we encourage you to say be bold along with us and do something that is going to spark growth today. So Steve, you want to count that down or count that up?
I will. All right, Jurgen. We'll see you next week. We'll do this again Monday.
Oh.
Monday. Yes, Monday.
Oh, is it Monday or is Monday?
Oh, that's right. It's Labor Day. So not next Monday, but follow.
Yes. Enjoy the 3-day weekend.
Yes.
If you get one. Not everybody gets one.
Not everyone gets one, but if you do, enjoy that 3-day weekend. Okay. All right, you guys, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, be bold.